Booyah! Kashak! Or something like that. G'day, you. What's going on? What the devil are you all doing here? Oh, by crikey. I thought I was looking at the chat. Brad Fowler, brand new to the mob, first in the chat. Welcome aboard, Brad, if you're still hanging around, if you had the patience. I think that was quite some time ago. First comment in. Candy Overalls, welcome aboard. Good to see you, of course, and always. And thank you for straight up with the PayPal address. Love it. GT, hope you did make it back and are here. Blake, cheers to you, my friend. Thirsty Rabbit, how's it going? Angie, Akka, Mrs. B. We'll just call her Akka from now on. No, we won't. You're Mrs. B. You'll always be Mrs. B. I hope. Don G, got your Pepsi? Just one Pepsi? I like how that transgressed into that, crikey, was it suicidals or infectious grooves? One of the two. Ty Hunsicker, how you going, Ty? Good to see you. Griffin, how are you? Pamela, welcome aboard. Ah, yes, Ty was going down the just one Pepsi route as well. Jesse, HC Aqua, how are you? Big J, how's it going? GRB, g'day to you, my Australian friend. Scotty G, how's it going? Redfish, Bluefish, how are you, sir? Oh, the list is not quite as bad as I thought because there's lots of chitter-chatter going on. Bob Kaler, how are you today, sir? Sir Prawnalot. Lucky. Oh, we must get those pictures sent off to Sir Prawnalot as well. Keep forgetting about that. BCFR. Welcome aboard, BCFR. May your first time here be relatively pleasant and uneventful. Well, not necessarily uneventful, but, you know, let's hope you don't walk away shaken and or stirred. Zen Ginger, how's it going, TZG? Good to see you. Recon. You can always get a head start, Recon, because then that's a challenge for me to catch up, isn't it? I don't mind a challenge. I am G Snap. How are you, G Snap? Good to see you. I'm going to put that thing down because it keeps going out and I couldn't be bothered lighting it at the minute or blowing ash up in my face. 37 people in here, so you don't forget to smash your forehead upon the like button if you like it so far. Oh, my chat just went scrolly. Who did I miss? Mr. B is in here as well. Don Gallagher. Ness, how are you? Cody Son. Shy Gal. I still don't think we got closure on your question before, Shy Gal, from where were we? In MTA's stream, wasn't it? We'll get to that, shall we? Everything Fish, how's it going? TJ's Exotic Pets and Plants. Hi there to you. Everything Fish. Does Joel Jay-Z in here as well? My chat must have just done the massivest big scroll because I've gone almost all the way back to the top. Goodness gracious. Daryl Dimer, Mr. Double D. How are you, sir? Jimbo, the man with the fever, is in the house. Crikey, please don't please ignore me. Please excuse me if I've missed your name because this StreamYard, with its wild scrolling of the chat. Amateur Aquatics, hello. Scotty G says hello to Sarah. Good eyes, Scotty G, noticing that Sarah's lurking in the background. G-Snap has also noticed Sarah lurking in the reflection and has confirmed that the song that we were talking about was institutionalized by suicidal tendencies. Maple Street Aquatics, I think I got you before, but you can be the first with a second hello today. Cichlids Aquarium Keeper. Oh, how ironic that you and Sir Prawnalot are in the chat at the same time. Sir Prawnalot, Cichlids Aquarium Keeper. South Australian, mate. South Australian. Kerry Nature, how are you? Reels Tanks, how are you? And Mr. B is in the house. Big thanks to Mr. B. I don't know if you get thanked often enough for all the, pardon me, all the effort and links and stuff that you post in the Facebook groups. Your tireless efforts, if they go unrewarded, may they be rewarded with thanks and kudos, sir. Thank you for what you do. Ness, I think I said hello to you. Sherry Kramer, how are you? Good to see you in. Aquamate, even Aquamate has stopped in 3 or so minutes ago. I am getting slowly down the list. Vinoxky, how are you, mate? Comrade, good to see you in here. Chewy, may have said hi to you. Candy says hi to Sarah. James Hukulak, how's it going, buddy? And Sean, oh, my chat just did it again. Sean ooted. I saw, and then it scrolled on me. I don't know why it does it. I must write. I think I might have said that one of the other streams that I'll write a sternly worded letter to the StreamYard people asking about their bizzo, what's going on. Now I've got no idea where I was up to. Sailfin, how's it going? Mr. Zen, Chevy. Oh, yes, I was there. Go back down. Whew. 42 people in. Thanks, everyone, for showing up. Does my head in when I've got more than 40 people in straight up off the bat. Have I missed anyone else? Tater Salad. How you going? And FNS Fish Room. Welcome aboard. Good to see you in here with us. Blake, I think, oh yeah, you were way back in the chat, weren't you, Blake? Good job early in. And Deborah Sanders, how are you today or tonight, whatever the case may be? Cichlids 23. How are you, buddy? Good to see you in, as usual. Don G. We did, mate. We're all over it. I like a good reference that's a little bit cryptic for the masses, but there's always going to be 1 or 2 people that are going to jump on these subtle hints of musical references. And there we go, back to Sean Ooted again, and it's Sean Ooted. Sean Ooted's hacking me because every time I get to his name, my chat scrolls. Goodness me. Let's try again. Kerry Nature, or affectionately known as Kerry Nation. I don't know who else has picked up on that in the last couple of weeks, but I'll just stick to Kerry Nature. Thirsty, loving the 54, or is it love times 54? A little bit for almost everyone in here. And Mrs. Griffin, how are you? It's a night of couples. I think that's 4 couples we've got in the house tonight. I think. Big D, Ness, I think I got you before, Ness, as well. Oh, I'm getting there. Indeed, lick that like button. Anyways, we've got such a lovely, friendly group of people that are all saying hi to each other. I don't think anyone misses anyone. It's great. It's just great. And we made it to the bottom. So potentially I should shuffle over and give you some camera space as well. Must I? I must increase my camera space. But I don't necessarily like it when I've got my clothes dryer on the camera, so I won't scroll it too far for you. But here's Sarah, everyone. Yeah, I'm pretty good, thanks, Mrs. Griffin. Or do we call you Lois? Lois Griffin, Family Guy. Cheesy reference. But sometimes those references aren't so subtle, are they? A spider with the doctor. Is that like a spiced rum, cola, and ice cream, or just a non-alcoholic spider thirsty? Sounds good. Aussie Fish Adventures. How are you, Josh? Welcome aboard. Mrs. Griffin, FNS, and Mr. Zen and Ty Hunsick are all saying hi to Sarah. Thirsty says, g'day, Prince, but we all know that Prince passed away a couple of years ago, so I'm pretty sure he's referring to the princess that sits beside me. Recon also saying hi to Sarah. Pam, oh my God, everyone's saying hi to Sarah.
Hi, everyone.
That's probably easier than me reading everyone's name out because otherwise I'll get 27 minutes behind in the chat with that many. Lay well, Big D. Didn't someone make another cheeky reference that I was supposed to have a crack at? My drink of choice, Recon, is dry red goon. So, nice and easy, standard. Gives me a fantastic colour to my teeth and a fantastic taste to my mouth. Not really. I mean, should probably attest to the not really part of it. Red wine, if you drink too much of it, tends to give one quite the rank breath. Oh, my nose is doing that thing again. I'm going to have to bust out the fire. But yeah, I've missed that. Someone made a thing before. Don't say the Lords of Acid lyrics, Blacky. Crikey. Well, Kirk, I probably can't. The name sounds familiar, but I can't recall any of the Lords of Acid songs. Pounding out the links. Thank you, superior moderators, Candy and the Zen Ginger. Ranked numbers 1 and 2 in the world for moderating the Fish Fam. Couldn't ask for better mods on a Fish Fam channel. But I did a couple of these up too. We could do, let's have a crack at putting this one up, see what happens. But then when I do that, I can't see. Oh no, I just do that, don't I? And I go back to the chat. Guinness and whiskey in the same jar, Sean? Or, side by siding. Yeah, well, that's what you get in your part of the world, Josh. That old mixed up weather. We just get up here at the moment, we get hot or hot and windy. So, not so much variation. But at least it's windy enough today that I've got a shirt on. Some will say thank you. Some will say, oh. Most people will say thank you, though. You know what you did, Zen Ginger. You're always all over it. So we have a car in the driveway. So I won't start talking about that stuff just yet until we discover who's on the way. G'day, how are you? Hey, how's it going, Riley? All right, mate. Bob says that they haven't received art yet. Hope they're okay.
I hope they are too.
I'm guessing that yeah, stuff doesn't travel too rapidly between here and there, do they?
I don't know.
Actually, GRB, one of the things I was doing the other day was I was adding pre-mix cans of bourbon and Coke to my red wine. It makes it taste pretty good, pardon me. A little bit better anyway. Sandy Creek has made it in. How are you, Sandy Creek? Is it your birthday today, Sandy Creek? Happy birthday, Sand Creek Aquatics. I was saying Sandy Creek because I was reading birthday and sand at the same time. Apologise about that. And sorry, Candy. I shall endeavour not to burn any hairs. I don't want to run people away. And oh my goodness, we've hit 50 viewers. I think it's been a very rare occasion that I've actually had 50 viewers on a stream. But I'll take it. I'll take it any day of the week. I said that, and then just 3 people jumped out.
Yeah.
Probably because I was talking about burning my nose hairs. Nobody likes that stuff. Jess Shrimp Granny has come in as well. Hello, Jess Shrimp Granny. So yes, as that'd be nice. Can we do that? Can you like your own stream? Oh, someone's thumbed me down. Thank you for the thumbs down. I like a delicate balance in the world. The world should be a place of balance and not everything all over one side, should it? What's that word?
Imbalance.
Imbalance. That'll do. Let's call it imbalance, just for the sake of simple English. We like it simple. Ten away. Where is? If you while we're on the talks of likes and crap, if you're actually in here and haven't actually subscribed, I'm edging my way to the 400 mark, and you know, those little things are nice goals to have. Rack Cross from River Life, ladies and gentlemen. How are you today, Rack? Awesome to have you aboard, sir. Those little milestones like the 100 marks, you know, they make you feel good, innit? So if you're not subscribed, please consider hitting that subscribe button, ding that notification bell, and we'll super enjoy it when we hit the 400 mark. So, as I was, oh, that's right, I was alluding to it before, and then I saw the viewers being at 50, and I went off on that little tangent. So, as a lot of you may have heard, we have been trying to raise money to get ourselves down to Melbourne at the end of February to what's it called now? Underwater Pet Expo. I always keep going to call it Splash Expo, but they have changed the name to Underwater Pet Expo. And we've had really nice results so far, and super appreciate. But we're still chasing some more money. But instead of just asking for money, a good remindering, Blake, yes, tickets have gone on sale, so we may have to pre-order our tickets just to be sure, because you never know if it will sell out. So what we have decided to do, as mentioned in the title of this stream or the description, we're going to auction off some of the lovely Sarah's artwork. G'day, Derek. Welcome aboard. Not 100% sure how smoothly the process will go or how we'll actually do it, but we've selected a righto, Sean, have a good day, and I'll try and encourage everyone later to set up a what do you call it, shell dweller tank. So yes, we've decided to auction off some of Sarah's artwork so that you know, as well as getting us down to Thingy Underwater Pet Expo, that's the one. You get the option to get some fantastic artwork in your life as well. So yeah, unfortunately, we haven't like nailed down a tiny list of pictures, and we've got potentially a pile of 10 to a dozen, maybe a little bit more. So I don't know how we can whittle that list down, or do we just try and sell them all? What do you guys think? Any ideas? Do we flash them up and have people say, nah, no one will buy that, or yeah, people will buy that, and try and whittle the list down before next week's auction? Any ideas? Let us know in the live chat over there. Oh, over there maybe. I'm not sure if it spins me around on YouTube. Yeah, that way. Jeremy Morrill, how are you? Jezza, good to have you in. Keep dancing around that 50 mark. I think it went up over 50 just before and then back down to 47. Best if I just put my blinkers on and stop looking at the numbers and concentrate on the pictures.
Well, because I'm also going to try and have those other ones that will have to be a surprise at the time.
How do you mean?
Because they're not here and ready now.
Oh, right. The digital artwork, or was I not supposed to say that?
No, not that.
That's supposed to be a surprise too, is it?
What's that a surprise for?
I don't know. See you guys. Behave. Yeah, I can't remember which one was it. Lockie's raging. He's raging about his prawn. Where's my prawn?
Haven't you got a prawn? I was just gonna send like.
I think the last
versions
picture that we sent him of it was that poorly cropped one, and then
I don't know what I've sent to you and what you've sent to him.
We'll sort it out. All right. Due to popular demand, mainly Rack asking to show some art. Oh, and Chevy. Yeah, we still haven't worked out all of the finer details. I probably should I know that one. That's the week after next, Jimbo. This guy is 7 inches wide by 9 inches tall. That's the frame height. You can potentially, that's not going to work. You can potentially work out the size of the picture in between. So you know, is that the that goes this way, doesn't it? Because of the danglers.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, right. Danglies. This one, 8 inches by 7.5 inches. That was across by high this time. I've missed a couple of people coming in. Unfiltered Aquarist, how are you, Paul? And was there another? Angry Owl Aquariums. How are you? Welcome aboard. Another new name. Always good to see new names, I think. If you have been here before, I apologise. I suffer from old man memory loss and stuff. So far, oh no. So far we're getting, good results. So far with those two, you reckon people would bid on those two? And they are potentially two of the more colourful ones, as is not indicated by this one, which is purely an ink drawing, 6 inches by 8 inches tall, a little bit spooky, a little bit weird,
A little bit booby.
a little bit baby. This is you and your nose before the lighter, Dr. Black. This one that I'm holding now, Candy, or the green one with all the meltage and stuff? I'm guessing that one is probably more relevant to our nose that's been set on fire. Yeah, watched your Orange Bay video not long before I started streaming, Josh. That moment where you poured them into the tank and they just went whoosh. Spectacular looking stuff. I thought you meant the green one. It did have that nosy kind of look about it. Hello, Jimbo, just getting in from work. Colourful ones are certainly nice. Now, these are everything that we're showing is mounted on either the different types of, what's it called? Foam
It's called
core.
foam core.
Foam core. It's like some of them have like oh no, microphone's here. A fairly rigid plastic on the outside, and some of them have like a paper surface on them. But they are basically mounting stuff very easy to pop into a real frame of your own choosing. Hello, Lucky Seahorse and Alien World Aquatics. And happy anniversary, you kids. I hope you're enjoying yourselves, having a great anniversary, and definitely warming yourselves up for your stream in a little bit of time. In approximately 1 hour and 28 minutes, if not before, depending how long it takes us to get through all of this stuff. This one I really dig. It's quite beastly and dark, and the shapes are very, very, very interesting. Did I do a measurement on this one? Almost 6 inches wide by almost 9 inches wide. High, tall. Chevy really likes your art style. Thanks for saying that, Chevy. Alternatively, too, if we don't auction any of these off, there's artwork available on this one, scunchprincess.bigcartel.com. This one is very cool too. I love these broady eye ones with the tendrils and whatnot flailing upon and off them. This one is 6 1/4 inches wide, 9 inches bang on the money tall. Be nice if I could hold them still. It'd be even nicer if YouTube would maintain the integrity of my camera. It's a little bit blurrier on YouTube than in StreamYard, unfortunately. But, we do what we can. Thanks for popping links up, Candy. So, feel free to offer any constructive criticism. If we've put one up that you think that no one would bid on, feel free to say it. No one's going to shoot you. And if you see stuff that you think definitely should be sold, then by all means say that as well. This guy's super cool as well. I love this guy. I sorry if I'm referring to them as guys, but I find even though some people get offended by the word guy nowadays, I do find it a relatively gender neutral term, even though many would argue with me. 4.5 inches wide by 7.5 tall, so a reasonably small one, but lots of nice detail and imagination in this guy. Oh, Sailfin, thanks for popping in. We'll see you soon. This one,
I like that one.
I like that one too. It's like a nightmare gone horribly right. Um, 6 inches by 8.25 inches tall. Yeah, this kind of zany, liney stuff is magical. I'm just trying to remain gender neutral. If guy is too masculine and not gender neutral for you guys, I'll try and find a what's a more appropriate gender neutral being. This being.
Yes. I always call them dudes, but I think of that as gender neutral as well. Because
Yeah.
I call lots of girls I know dude.
Dude, yeah. So we'll just call them beings. This being, it's going to be quite hard to show some of the detail. Oh, it looks like Blacky picking his nose. Because yes, this one is very tall and thin, so I may have to do a little bit of that kind of work to show it. And it is 4.5 inches by 10 inches tall, just under 10 inches, let's call it. Roughly. Approximate numbers only. Fairly accurate, though.
One isn't on the board yet.
This one is not mounted yet. It's quite rigid paper, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
But we felt that we couldn't leave this guy out of the auction because it's quite a spectacular piece. Yes, really like this one, and potentially if this one gets included in the auction, we will mount it upon some of the black gear just to ensure that it arrives to its destination in one solid piece. Chevy Fish is asking Sarah if she does shows of her.
Oh, I've done one exhibition and I'm planning for another one. So, yeah. I'm just not the most organised human in the world.
We have discovered with the first exhibition that it does take a considerable amount of organisation and planning, and we potentially weren't on top of the required levels of organisation and planning.
It was fairly bad timing for me.
It was, and we did did our best under the circumstances at the time. G'day, Craig Parrish. How are you? This one that I'm holding, Jess, reminds you of an animated piece of Dragonstone candy. I actually accidentally got the end of my nose with the flame. However, it did not have the desired effect, even though it was completely accidental. I'm still itching like mad, but I'm trying to resist the temptation. Yeah. Chevy also asks if you do copies or prints of your work.
Well, I've done like a few prints, but the problem for me is being able to finance them in the first place because it's kind of expensive to order the prints. So I'm getting there.
It's a slow process to build the system up and get it running, but we're
I also did some stickers.
stickers, lots of stickers too. Very cool designs on the stickers, and the stickers are they're great sellers at the markets.
People
I'm
like the stickers.
I'm actually surprised at how many younger kids are not spooked by the artwork and how many teenage girls are into the stickers. It's quite good to see. Indeed, Mr. B, it will. Now, I don't know about you, but this is one of my personal favourites in the selection that we've provided today. Whoops. Get it the right way around. Try and hold it in a decent spot. I dig this guy a lot. I'll potentially put the microphone in a really bad spot, but we'll leave it there. And I'll try and talk properly with a cigarette in my mouth. This guy is 9. I think it's a 9 by 9.5. 9 wide, 9.5 high. That's just the frame widths I'm measuring to, apart from that one that's not on a board. But this one is quite the spectacular picture with some lovely detail in it. Joe Munoz. Senor Joe, welcome aboard, friend. Good to see you. I'll try not to burn it. Won't get any bids on the burnt stuff. Now this one is a funky little groover. Round, mounted on square, and a subtle little being. 7 by 7, I'm guessing, almost dead bang on 7 by 7. Going a wee bit closer. Quite cool indeed. Kind of wobbling that pile a bit now. This guy is also very cool. I may not, if I'm going to and anyone wants me to flash back to any others, this guy is ink on coffee stained paper. Some of you might have been here the day that Sarah displayed this one on one of my other live streams when she brought it home. I can remember Pam was here because Pam engaged in discussion about that coffee was quite good to work with painting wise. I didn't do a measurement on this one, did I? I don't know if I'm wasting my time doing measurements, but anyway, we'll know. 8 by 10.5 is a good size, and we can only, whoops, wrong fingers, we can only speculate and wonder what's going on here. Jess remembers that guy. Zen Ginger says that's her fave. Well, we better put that one in then. Now, move to some larger ones. So I might just shuffle this, pardon me, microphone forwards so I can actually get them in frame. This guy's going to fill the whole screen, but hopefully you can still hear me and see my eyebrow wiggling about and see Sarah's eyebrows wiggling about. This being is also quite cool. That's what I was thinking, Chevy, but I just wanted someone else to put the idea out there for me. Could you be able to just pull that out? Thank you. This one measures 13 inches across and 9.5 inches tall. I hope nobody's offended by me talking in inches in an Australian accent. I know it can get confusing when Australians talk imperial, potentially. That is called a, what? Where did that comment go? A catacow. A catacow with boobs and pointy feet. But yes, like we always say, Redfish, that art is open to interpretation, and it is certainly up to the individual to take what they can out of each artwork. And love it, because lots of this stuff is incredibly lovable. G'day, Dwight, K-Town Reefer in the house. Lol, Craig Parrish. I'll leave that one alone. This guy's pretty spectacular as well. Getting back to some colours. If we red fish, two fish, blue fish, one fish, seven fish would ride that into battle, he says. It's got interesting washes of colour. Quite a I'd almost say a departure from your other styles, but it still deeply encompasses your style with your washes of color, but still the same kind of details and shapes that we've become accustomed to. I really do find this one a very lovely piece. Hello, Monica Lynn. How are you? I hope I haven't missed anyone else in my trying to hold pictures straight and whatnot. This guy is 13.5 inches by 10 inches. Awesome piece. Reminds Ty Hunsaker of Avatar, and Redfish likes the shadowy, mysterious thing. 2 to go in these selections. I might save him for last because I will have to really work out how I'm going to hold him and where I'm going to hold him. This one, I think, is this charcoal and colour, or is it just water washing the charcoal through to get the shadings?
Show me. It's water.
Charcoal and water. Also another lovely being. You got to be quick, Chevy. G'day, Gaffer. How are you, mate? And again, I do apologise if I've missed anyone else in the chat. I know we seem to have a few people coming and going, so there are potentially not getting their input in and on the pictures, or they're just absolutely not interested in art at all. Art's not everyone's cup of tea. Daniel Keeping Fish, good day to you, sir. You got to go where everyone knows your name, Daniel. I know, we're not doing songs, are we? And lucky last. I really like this guy. I think I put him on a I think I put him on a shirt at Spring Shop. All right, I see you, Derek. Thanks for stopping in, mate. Good to see you. 9.25 inches across. Oh, he likes the round numbers. Yeah, I like this guy a lot too, Candy. He is very cool. What did I call him on my Teespring? Something about. I think wisdom was in there, and something else as well. So yes, that is the short list of ones we've chosen. Do you reckon it's too many for like potentially a 1 hour? I mean, it takes me half an hour to get through greetings and stuff. Potentially we should maybe halve that list down. Mystic Wisdom. Thank you, Jess. I knew it had wisdom in there somewhere. Is someone picking on the frequency of breasts? F&S.
You
Yeah.
can't
No,
have-
he was LOLing.
Okay, because you can't really have too many breasts.
That's right. And art, all of them for centuries now, and probably even millennia. However long people have been drawing, they've probably been drawing body part. They're all in there. Anthony, I'm sure I saw Anthony's fishy friends in there somewhere. Anthony, how are you, my friend? Good to see you. And I saw another new name which just screamed straight past my screen. Kevin Camphus. I've got $1.50 says I probably said that wrong. The S is probably silent, but welcome aboard. Good to have you on. How the heck are you? You reckon it's too few, Jess? I'm going to have to do like a 9-hour stream to sell them all.
And too few pictures. I thought it was too few breasts.
Oh, too few breasts. Maybe she is talking. You're going to have to clarify, Dress. Campice. That's how you say his name. Right. Okay. Thanks for clarifying, Dwight. 2 please, Coral Reefs. G'day. Welcome aboard. Thanks for stopping in. Good to have some salty humans in here as well. It's good to mix it up. We should all be one with each other. Well, we had Jess is saying the auction shouldn't be on stream, but we've toyed with that. If we do an email silent auction or something like that,
So it kind of has to be live where everyone's there, doesn't it?
it helps to be live so that people got the pictures potentially, if they really want one, then they bid it up and go for it. But if we do a silent auction, pictures might not reach a reserve price sort of thing. Not that we're necessarily putting reserves on them, but
also isn't the idea of silent is just that everyone doesn't know what is going on? I mean, because it's got to be in real time where someone.
Yeah, silent auctions are very difficult. Righto, Jess. Appreciate your input. Because we are really flying by the seat of our pants. And certainly open to suggestions. And yes, we do all keep water. We are water keepers. We're not fish keepers. We just keep the water. The fish keep us. And all of the other things we keep with our fish. Just lasting more than one stream. Yeah, that's probably a good idea too. It's also, I guess, difficult. Yeah, well, that's when you say not everyone can watch. It is difficult when, granted, I've got 3 people watching at the moment, which is potentially one of the largest live streams I've done. It is difficult potentially also to find a large enough market in 50 odd people to sell that many pictures, so maybe by having this many pictures we can't actually cater to very few buyers. So ideally Facebook comment auction.
Because it would probably be good to have like a listing showing all of them so that in advance anyone who might want one will know sort of when to what's available, what they're interested in.
And we'd certainly have to have them as numbered lots. I don't know how it would go with an auction on Facebook. I know they're very brutal about any kind of transacting going on in Facebook, whether they even allow auctions in the marketplace. G'day, Biggies. How are you? Did I miss Bob's great idea? Was it before his returning customer special request? That's true, Daniel. What was Bob's suggestion, Rack? Sorry, I've missed it, and I keep losing stuff as I scroll up through the chat. Can I get you to repeat it, please, Bob, if I've missed it? And yeah, I like Dan's idea. Another suggestion has been to auction 2 or 3 live and put the rest on eBay. And then we can share the eBay store around. That's not a bad idea.
eBay takes some of the money, though.
They do take a fair cut. So potentially we'd have to look into how much of a cut eBay takes, if anyone knows what percentage eBay takes. And then I suppose you've got PayPal as well.
Plus they take 10% of any postage amount.
Yeah, right.
And then if you pay via PayPal and eBay, PayPal takes a cut as well, but they take a cut sometimes anyway.
So yeah, as you can see, we haven't put a hell of a lot of thought into it. We just thought it would go super smooth. What about photocopying some of them? If you let me one up like this, if you can see most of, I don't know if that's showing up on the camera very well, but a lot of this paper has a certain texture to it. And when you just photocopy or scan these guys, a lot of the time you get a lot of excess shading in the in your copies based on the ridges and the detail in the paper.
Somebody has just sent me this thing. I don't know about it. We have to look at it.
I've also had a awesome suggestion from everyone's Aquamate that there's a certain place that sets up auction sites. Jace, Perth Cichlids, welcome aboard, buddy. Never does go smoothly, Pam. And Perth Cichlids is suggesting that about 13 to 15% is taken out across eBay and what's the other one? PayPal. And also, is it eBay or PayPal? No, it's eBay that takes a cut out of your postage as well, don't they? Yeah. So we'll definitely check out that link, Aquamate. Thank you for that. What was the second last one I put up? Because Candice and Bob had a great idea.
Second to last one, I think, was this one.
Was this the guy? Candy is repeating Bob's suggestion that we try and auction one off now, just to see how it goes.
I'm easy. I don't mind.
We have to.
I am gonna do two.
We have to put a caveat at the start that we have to factor in approximately $30 for postage. about 20 US, Sarah says, based on some of the stuff that she's posted out recently, which will go on top of the winning bid, say. Is this the one, Bob and Candy? Was this the second to last one? Oops, my chat's not scrolling now. God, when you don't want it to scroll, it scrolls, and when you want it to scroll, it doesn't. Type the auction info in the scroll text. Right, current bid is at $26. I believe that's what Jess is saying. She's bidding $26 on this one. Hello, Crystal. How are you today? I think she was just proving that she was actually bidding and starting the auction process. How's your day, Crystal? Or night, sorry. Good to see you. And that could be an answer for Bob as well, Candy, if mail has been delayed all week. Oh, I did get a few subscribers. Thanks for pointing that out, Chase. I hadn't looked at the subs for a little while. 397. So potentially we might get to 400 and also sell a painting, a picture, a draw. Where are we at? Bidding was at $26, I believe. I'm not a very good auctioneer, am I? I don't have the yibbity-yibbiters. And I've put it on the wrong side. Bob Kaler has upped the bid to $30. That'd be nice. And how's my time going? 58 minutes till Alien World Aquatics and Page. Jess Shrimp Granny tipping to $31. And this auction is all in good spirit, so no fighting after the auction. Bob Kaler ups to $40. Bob Kaler, you're a generous man. We love you a lot. Jess Shrimp Granny. Oh, Aquamate went to 50. Jess Shrimp Granny went to 52. This is fun. I'm excited. 55 Bob Kaler's gone to. Aquamate to 60. Aquamate likes this one too. Oh, and that breeze is nice. That's a breeze. Jeremy Morrill went to 62. Bob Kaler to 75. I missed that one, Bob. So, Jeremy, that kind of nullifies that bid. $75, 63. Nice work, Jeremy. Your comprehension of how auctions works is superlative. We don't believe in that kind of Janica. Josh has bought stuff off Sarah before. Yes, this little, oh, whoops, wrong finger again. Down here in the corner, Chevy, is her Monica. Not her Monica, her Moniker. And Caleb is also a miner, so I don't believe miners can participate in auctions, but appreciate your effort, Caleb, and lucky your mum's on deck to keep you in check, and also, so currently, Bob Kaler is looking like the new owner of this picture at, pardon me, $75. Am I hearing any more bids over Bob's $75? Going once, I believe that's what they say, isn't it? Going twice. Going, do they go 3 times, or is it going once, going twice, sold? No, it's going thrice. And about 25, I think you said, wasn't it? 25 American for shipping. So yeah, we'll split the difference. We'll say 25, and if it's a little bit more than that, we'll cover the extra $1 or $2 or whatever it might be. Where did I get up to? Going once, going twice, going 3 times, and I don't have a gavel. Sold to Bob Kaler. Well done, Bob, and thank you, Bob. That was a great idea to have a practice run and see how that goes. But we shall. We've got it all on video anyway. We don't have to really remember. But that's now the proud property of Bob Kaler. If only we'd have thought to do this, a couple of weeks ago, we could have saved him a few bucks in postage. Chucked it in. We'll see how we go. So awesome work. Well done, Bob. And thank you. Super appreciate that, sir. And also everything else you've done for us to help us along the way. I just need to click that right quick and go back over here. And Bob is asking if you're happy with that.
Yes.
Yes, Bob.
I've committed to contributing the drawings to whatever for the expo. So anything that comes from it that makes that happen is good. And I'm very grateful, Bob.
Right, back to the second one. This one. Are we going to try this again? Crikey, all we were going to do was announce the auction today, and here we go selling stuff. But why not? Why not? I'm assuming, do you think that this one being almost half the size of that one, would shipping be cheaper?
So I think it will be cheaper. It runs in 2 lots. So it may be like 20 US or less than that. I think the cheapest amount that we can get postage to America for anything for is like $18.20 Australian. That's the smallest package price. So it'll still be like,
well, I'm missing
or something.
Missing the bidding, but we'll call this one $15 shipping. American should translate into the appropriate amount of Australian. And by crikey, I have. Where did we start? Jess Shrimp Granny started with 40. Lockie went to 50. Jess Shrimp Granny 51. Bob Kaler 55. Jess Shrimp Granny 57. Have I missed any? I think we're up to date at 57. That's an interesting offer too.
What is it?
Jess has suggested that if we ship all of the items to her, then she'll transship from, I got the term, transship it.
Happy to do that. It's going to work out better.
Yes, Mr. B, we're doing it in US because I believe 93% of my audience at the moment are American, and the other 7% broken up between Australian and English people, if any of the English people are still here. Did I miss any bids? Are we at 57? Just Shrimp Granny. Anna wants to know what you used for the colours of the sky.
It's watercolours?
Watercolours, and is it just watercolour? Oh, and there's some ink there as well.
But the colours are watercolours. Hello. Good. How are you? Surviving the heat? Just?
And Canada, sorry, FNS, I left the Canada off the list. And yes, Candy, we are at current bid of 57 for this guy. And yes, I do like that idea about the shipping, and we'll see how we go with further ideas. Now I'm confused, Jeremy Morrill. I'm unsure if I can take you seriously, as you're usually one of the jokers in the room. And yes, we will only take bids in US dollars. So if you want to convert that, Jeremy Morrill, I think it only equates to about $13 US. Or, you know, roughly. 84 Australian dollars equals 57.75 American. So if you're serious with your $84, Jeremy, I'm going to need you to put 57.75 into the chat. If not, then we'll revert back to just Shrimp Granny's $57. Outbidding the lady by 75 cents if you type in your $57.75. But I'm going to need to see that bid in US dollars, Jeremy. Oh, and that's a sore one. Or just tell me you're messing with us, Jeremy, so we can get on with the show. Well, that's also a good point, Zen Ginger. If you're serious, Jeremy, we need that to be a $58 bid. That's why we have calculators, and Sarah jumped on it straight away and converted it with the current exchange rate. So $58 is your conversion, Jeremy. If you're willing to buy it for $58, then put that bid in. Otherwise, pardon me, I'm going to revert back to Jess Shrimp Granny's $57 bid. And yes, I don't know what I was thinking, you know, put bids. It should just be whole dollars. Thank you, Zen. I can always rely on you being the sensible one in the room.
The other thing we can do for postage is once people have bid and committed to their bids, I'll go to the post office with them packaged up and I'll get the postage costs so that they only get charged exactly what the postage amount is.
Righto. Hopefully everyone Right, hey Jeremy. Then the bid sticks with Jess Shrimp Grannies, $57. So we've dallied long enough around the $58 and the $57 range. So we will say going once, going twice, going 3 times, and where's my gavel? Sold to the Jess Shrimp Granny, the one, the only, the Jess Shrimp Granny. Well done. Oh, yes, Jess has even noticed that one is without a signature.
I was thinking about that before.
It actually, it went up at the exhibition without a signature too. But yes, we will ensure that it gets a signature on it. Congratulations, Jess, and thank you, Jess. Well done to all of us. And yes, I don't know if you guys heard Sarah's thing before, but what we will actually do is once we've got whatever ones we sell packaged up, we'll take them to the post office and get exact pricings on the postage. So you guys only get charged exactly what it costs to post it over instead of rounding up and overcharging you for postage. So you're only charged what you need to be charged. You guys are doing us a great deal of help by helping us out and doing this. So we will make it as advantageous and what's the word? Easy on the wallet as possible. Framing's definitely a great idea, as we've noticed with some of the ones that we've framed up for selling at the market stuff. They bang, they pop.
There is one in a frame, but it's not one of the auction ones.
We do have one here that's in a frame, but this is not one being offered up at auction. The glass doesn't really make it pop so much, but once they are framed up, they certainly highlight them a lot. I'm not going to try and show that any further because the reflection is just making it hideously difficult. Yes, G-Snap. I think that's the way we're going to do it. What's the third one? And you want us to auction today, Bob? As in from when we were first showing them, you mean? I'll flick back over to YouTube so I can be in time with the chat. Or is that? It'll probably bring the chat up quicker. And then I'll have to do, by the time this happens, it'll be over there, won't it? Caleb loves the skull one in the frame. There was a whole series of those scully looking ones. So Bob says he saw the first 8. Did you see? Oh, hang on, I've got to go back to my live camera. Did you see this one, Bob? Actually, that one I know is a particular favourite of a particular human in the room at the moment. G'day, Ed. How are you, mate? I thought you would have changed your YouTube logo to your new one by this. That's why I was a bit loath to hold this one up, Zen. But Mr. Zen's already jumped in with the $50 bid. But Bob, you did see that one. All right, we might I don't want Mr. Zen and Zen Ginger getting into an auction battle amongst themselves. I did see the $50 bid. Do I keep it going at 50? I bid on this one myself, but you know, that seems counterintuitive. Oh, I should hope so, Candy. That would be appalling behaviour on his behalf if he was bidding on it only to not let ever see it again. That would be brutal. And I think that also makes almost anyone in the room frightened to bid against the man for fear of what the lady might do to them. Based on, you know, all of the outstanding work that Zen Ginger does, I'd almost be loath to encourage anyone else to bid on it. Jeremy Morrill, I know it's within his budget, so I'm going to actually take his bid seriously this time. And Mr. Zen, potentially with your $60, you have outbidded Jeremy, unless he was lying about his budget last time. But he was for reals, but I believe Mr. Zen has broken Jeremy's budget. So going once, going twice, going 3 times, sold to Mr. Zen for $60. Oh, Jeremy. Shit. I was probably a little bit too hasty there. Damn it, Jeremy. And I'm getting my chat like through way too late. I've got to be doing my auctions in the YouTube chat, don't I? I didn't think of that at all. Righto. Sold for 70. I know, I did, but Zen Ginger has said the magic thing, and yes, I've only just realised that I'm doing the bloody auction on StreamYard, which puts me about 10 seconds behind. So yes, thank you and congratulations to the Zens. I look forward to seeing it up on a wall or wherever you choose to put it. It is fun. I'm kind of a little bit concerned as to why we didn't just jump straight in and sell everything. But, you know, this way we can potentially do a little bit each week. But yes, we will potentially. Oh, hang on. Where we have to still find out. While I'm on, how am I going to see this screen? And Bob, did you see this one? Yeah, that's an awesome idea, Jess. We're not going to auction any up at the minute. I need to flash some back past Bob. Bob did not see this one. Hopefully you can. I'm watching on the YouTubes. Time and place for the maths ageser. Bob did not see that one. Frog Thinker. Did Bob see this one? I don't even know if I've got that on camera. I have to keep flicking between screens. Is it? Sorry. Well, mate, we'll see. I'm only going to be going for another 35 odd minutes to allow for Scott and Paige's anniversary stream. Bob never saw that one either. That's very kind of you, Mr. Zen, to offer Jeremy weekend visits with his 14.3% of pictures. It kind of does too, doesn't it? It's good eye, Jess. Good eye. It kind of does match that one. Didn't see this one either. We did also suggest that because this one isn't actually mounted yet, that we would potentially mount that guy. Well, we will, because they travel a lot better when they're mounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Potentially that means Bob may have seen this one. Oh, that's hard to see. I'll try and hold still while I flick back over here. Every other Christmas. Right. Oh, I thought that was a completely different one too, but it was the light playing off the paper. And this guy, Bob, did you see this one? We're just trying to establish where Bob's phone died. Righto. So let us know, Bob, when we've gotten back to where you had seen up to. Yeah. Thanks, Scotty. Right. Then we've caught back up. Did I? Was Jeremy putting a $50 bid up for this guy? But yeah, I did notice the bids, but I didn't notice for which picture before I moved. Yeah, sorry, Jeremy. I was just trying to gauge where where Bob was up to with how many he'd seen. We should have taken notes too, shouldn't we?
What's what?
What and who said what? Rah, rah, rah. Am I on the right place? So Jeremy saying this was not, or he's recanting his bid.
I'm not convinced we can take any of his bids seriously.
I have a strange feeling that he'll joke around and be all silly bags, and then all of a sudden he'll just be legit AF and buy a picture. But he's always good value to have Jezza around. So Jeremy is not confirming with me that it was this one he bidded on, or was it the fancy nose picker one? No, that's right. I'm not on my live cam, am I? Oh, and I'm also not on live chat. I'm on top chat. Super handy. Stream much, Blacky? Right. So we'll just never know from Jeremy what he's going to do. We'll just never know. Let's have a bit of that. Is that one in the glass frame? Is it on? Is it on the Big Cartel site?
Yeah, it is.
The one in the glass frame is on the Big Cartel site, Mr. Zen. If you have a look on that website, do you remember what it's listed for on there?
I'll have a look.
There is a particular reason why there's not only the fact that it's framed that we weren't including it in the auction, but I believe that it is quite the special piece.
Hang on a sec. Give me 1 tick.
And it is one that the sale of that picture will definitely go to Scunge Princess's art. Beg my pardon, and not to the this one. Yeah, the one in the frame. If you choose to buy that off the Big Cartel site, the money for that one will go straight to Sarah's continuing development as a business/artist or an artist/business. This Chattanooga Ed, I believe. What was your reference? It looks like a sick bunny. Sorry, Ed, I was way behind in the chat. If you're willing to put a bid on this one, Ed, I'm willing to open up the bidding on this one at 55. Why not? Let's have a crack. Let the bidding commence at $55 by the Redbeard. The Redbeard himself, $55. What's a stat block? Jess says she's going to make a stat block for mine and share it out with artist info. Was it a spelling error? Jeremy Morrill bumping the bidding up to $57, and Ed potentially outbidding Jeremy's budget with $60. I do love the face and the head and the shoulders on this guy, this being. It's fantastic. Jeremy Morrill with 62. Potentially he was fibbing to us about his budget of only $57.75. $65. That's quite funny how they keep hitting those numbers, isn't it?
I think that means something.
It kind of does, I think. Yes, please, Jeremy. It's only fair. And I'm pretty sure that in the real world, that's how they work. I get it. That's a cool idea, Jess. That sounds like a sweet idea. Jeremy Morrill with the $66. Chattanooga Ed with the 70. I suppose it is, isn't it? No, it is kind of the real world. We can just pretend that it's the real world. Clearly, you are, Jess. If you've got ideas like that, you are clearly a really cool person. So, Chattanooga Ed at $70. Going once. Hang on, I'm on the live chat. Luckily. Hello, Damien Markham. Welcome aboard. Going twice. Going 3 times. And sold to the Chattanooga Ed. Well done, Ed. Congratulations, and thank you very much. I think you're really going to enjoy that guy. He's awesome. Woot. It's also very very refreshing to see this stuff go to people that are like into it. You know, that's one thing that we found selling selling the art in the markets and stuff is that when you have people that come along and actually connect with the art, and you can really tell that they're into it, it makes so much more difference to have that art go to a person who you can tell is visibly affected by it and definitely moved by that art. So it's awesome that you guys care enough about not only the picture itself, but Sarah's art and helping us along the way. And g'day, Aquarium Cop. How are you, mate? It's been a while. Good to see you. Did you read Monica's message? Monica has said that she sent you a DM, and can you read it?
She says, "Hey, I like the woman in the swirl and the big face in the forefront with big eyes. How much? And can you show me again? Which one is that?"
The big face with the eyes in front, maybe this guy.
That one.
Is this the one you're referring to, Mon? Hang on, where's me? Make sure I've got it in frame.
That's the main one with a big face in it, I think.
Monica says yes, this is the one she was referring to.
So if she's interested, then that can go. She can bid on it, I guess.
And she's just asking how much for a sale price. This one's sale price is the price ticket that I can see on the back of it says 85. So, you know, up to you, I guess. We might potentially. Oh, hang on. What have I missed? Have I missed some chat? Have I?
I don't know if this is a secret or not, but this has happened on the Big Cartel.
Well, very interesting.
But yeah, I don't know if it's for a surprise.
Potentially, Michael may have done something for a surprise.
Okay, so Monica says yes for this one. And she says, can we show her the other?
What was
Which
the
one,
What was
Monica?
the other one, please, Mon? What was her description in her message? The woman in a swirl.
Well, I don't know. We've got I don't know which other.
Mm.
Can you describe it?
Can you describe it somewhat better, Mon, than
The other one you want to see?
the woman in a swirl? The woman with the peg leg. This one, perhaps. The fancy nose picker, I believe we called it before. This one, Mon. Peg leg woman's face. I think this is the closest I can think of that we can come up with for that description. Closer, please. Hang on, I'll go back to my live camera. I have to come. Whoops. Sorry about that. I'll bump the microphone. Sorry about my shakes. Did I get it close enough, Mon? It's cool. It sure is. Only thing she's missing is a cigarette lighter for those nose hairs.
Mm-hmm.
I need a voice command for alt-tabbing between my windows. I'm not sure I get that reference, Bob. Canteen, very canteen, 1945. This one has a list price of $40. And I suppose if we you know, even though I did tell people in general that the auction and sale would be next week, if we you know, sell a few today, we can always generate a few more and go through the ones that we haven't sold. And that one can go in Monica's pile, unless anyone wants to outbid Monica at $40. I mean, it's a pretty spectacular drawing. The list price was $40. And yes, we will try and work out a deal on the shipping to make shipping cheaper for everyone and as accurate as possible. You want to bid on it, Jess? Would you be able to hold this one up at the camera for a wee minute? And $41 is the bid by Jess. always a sound principle. Ah. Oh, it's nice framing. Newts. That's one creature I wish we had in this country is newts and salamanders and stuff, but we don't. The closest we come is geckos. But I'm definitely very interested in newts and salamanders and whatnot. Not sure, Zen Ginger. And Ed just got your message. Can do, will do. They're newt-ish, sure, but they're not exactly like newts. Goannas, again, fairly similar to newts and salamanders, but also vastly different. Hopefully you heard me, Ed. Oh, I suppose I can just reply with a thumbs up to your message, sir. Nice. Aquamate confirming he's ordered his tickets. I think with respect to salamanders, you need a zoological permit. With our wildlife keeping, like for reptiles and stuff, there's certain grades of licensing. Your entry level one is your non-venomous snakes and lizards, and you can keep 5 animals, I believe it is. Monica Lynn bidding $49 on the picture being held up by Sarah. I've gone back to the delayed chat, so sorry if I was a bit late on that. And next one up after that is venomous snakes, and you can keep a few more plus your 5 non-venomous snakes and lizards. And then beyond that, I think, is your zoological permit, which is required for imported animals, exotics, etc., etc. And there may be a different one for large, dangerous animals, like if you're keeping the massive pythons, crocodiles, and that sort of stuff. But I'm fairly certain, because salamanders and newts are classed as exotics, you need a zoological permit to keep those things. So, bidding on this guy is at $49. Going once, going twice, 3 times, and sold to Monica Lynn for $49. We've been selling some pictures. We were talked into actually auctioning some stuff off today. So we've, for the heck of it, we yielded to the masses and we auctioned some stuff off. Potentially, Jeremy. Potentially. Did we sell one to Jeremy, though? Or did he get outbid?
He did not.
That's right. He bidded, but got outbid.
That's Monica there. Ed.
Yeah. Ed's, I think he
Bob.
was, yeah.
Zen's.
He was bidding against
Jess.
Ed. Well done, Mon, and thank you, Mon. That's 2 in your lot. And yeah, Jess, super appreciate your offer. We probably will take you up on that, because that'll work out cheaper for everybody in the long run, I guess. So when we, let's say,
I'll do like find out the shipping of both different options, but then there's also going to be the cost of redistributing.
I think Jess may have been implying that she would do that as part of her donating. I'm not 100% sure. Like as in her essentially saving us some cost would be a form of her donating. That's the way I read it, but please correct me if I'm wrong, Jess.
We can calculate for that.
So yeah, once we've yes, that's Jess is confirming that that's what she was implying. Monica Lynn will ship hers direct to her house, so
Okay.
that's all right. And if anyone else wants to specify that sort of stuff, we'll work all of that out as well. We'll potentially generate a notebook of all of this stuff from that. Oh, sorry, I missed there was a couple of people, Bob and Chattanooga Ed. Oh no, sorry, Mr. B, both inquiring if you have a favourite that you'd like to show. Potentially
I have
not
favourites, but they might not be in this part. And my very favourite is that one that's back at home.
there is a few that she stipulates are her favourites that like potentially like at the markets we price them way up so that they don't sell because Sarah wants to keep them forever and ever and ever. So they're just there basically on show to draw people's eyeballs in to the market stall. And she's
If someone wants it for like.
Nice one, Mon. Yeah, been wondering about what you did with the other stuff you got. Yeah, you guys asking about Sarah's favourites. She's gathering up a few that she likes. Whether she is willing to you know, pop them up for sale or not. We've got 8 minutes to let Scott and Paige celebrate with us all. But we did that, Monica, and we put a sold sign on them. So potentially the price that Sarah puts on some of the ones that she really doesn't want to let go of, they, you know, potentially if someone comes along waving large sums of cash in her face, then she's got to weigh it up and go, oh, maybe I will, maybe I won't.
Can I do this? I'm interested if people will like my fish that I haven't finished yet. Can
Okay,
I try and show
yeah,
them?
for sure, most definitely. I'm not sure how you'll go with the glare coming from the sun.
Oh yeah.
Let me stand on the other side.
Oh yeah, I can't even see it properly.
Does that help?
Not really. You hold up the towel maybe. You just can't see the detail in it.
So Sarah's also been working on, I don't know if people can hear me now that I'm way over here, but she's been working on a digital drawing of a fish.
Oh shit. I just don't know if the details are coming through properly.
It's potentially a very bad camera to be able to tell, and there is a lot of glare. Might be best trying to show that in the night time.
Maybe.
He's not finished.
Not finished.
Detail.
I just want to know if people like it or not.
Certainly
If
looking stunning, I think. I may be biased, but I do think it looks awesome. So that one's being done as a digital, not necessarily knowing what the goals are for it yet, do we?
No, I'm just going to finish it first.
But the the ones. Oh, g'day, Tinra. How are you? And Nola Jane, I don't think I said hi to you before. Potentially being a digital image, that might be one that we can, the opportunities are endless, I suppose.
Then you can do prints and stickers and things.
Prints, stickers, the opportunities are endless. So yeah, without further ado, let's jump on to a few of Sarah's favourites upon popular request and demand.
That one's one of my favourites.
I also super love this guy. And this guy hang on, I'll put it over there, don't I? This guy we put on stickers as well with, was he on the, what do you call it? What was his type of sticker it was on? It was on one of the coloured ones, wasn't it? Mirror sticker, right. So he's put on a mirror background and his whole body mirrored. All right, Monica, thanks for hanging out, and super thanks for your purchases. We'll talk to you soon, and we'll get some stuff organised. So that's that guy. We try and keep those piles separate, yeah?
Yeah, I gotta keep them separate. I like this one.
This one as well is very super coolish. And more breasts. We gots to love the breasts. That was my son and one of his mates. I think they needed some paperwork signed by my folks. My folks are justices of the peace. I believe it's the same sort of thing as a notary in the States. So yeah, I think they just needed some signatures on some official documents. This one is very cool. Very difficult to show vertically, and it does it no justice showing it sideways. So let's hang on. I'm not even going to be able to do that properly, am I? This one goes out to the people saying do more colours. There is a few more colourful ones in Sarah's collection, but certainly the colourless are more prevalent in her stuff. Nice, Jess. I'm just catching up on your messages on the side, Jess. Good to know. Awesome to Jezza says such pinchable kneecaps. Bob will know if we will show the one he got again. It might be a bit buried under the pile, but you already read that and gave it to me. This guy, Bob. G'day, Cam. Cam from the Fish Rooms here, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome aboard, Cam. Have you disowned the New Zealand cricket team, Cameron? Yeah, I think Bob scored with that one. Yeah, I'll always want to show these next two. This is defo one of Sarah's and mine personal favourites from a whole collection. All right, G-Snap, thank you for your lovely words. She's awesome. And we'll see you next week, if not before. You'll come good in the shorter game. Kiwis always go choice in the shorter game, Cam. You'll be right. They'll do you proud then. But yeah, this guy, I don't know what it is about it, but it just hits me right in the feels. This guy, I love it. It's absolutely brills. Brills and amaze balls. As is this next one that I'll show as well. Super love this thing. I'll try and rush through a couple more so we don't dally too long into Scott and Paige's time. I love Scott and Paige's streams, so I also, want to hang out and watch a bit of their stuff. This guy's cool as well. I mean, it's simple, but the detail in there is provoking. And, it's got little cactuses growing on it or something.
It's called Cactus Nozzle.
Cactus Nozzle is its actual name. Well, we did identify that, Mandy, but we did it was to be kept a secret or not. No, we can show both of them. Scotty's already said we can run over a little bit and we won't offend him too terribly. Oh, look at this. Yeah, let's put a few in. Look, you almost can't tell the difference between me and them. Thanks, Rack. Super appreciate you being here, mate. Always good to see you. I don't know if that comment meant you were heading out, but I hope I wasn't a premature goodbye. I don't want to push you out the door. Lol, yeah, we did, Bob. You're lucky though. It's still sitting on top of a pile, so we can give you another flash. Can I show Bob one that I think it was Jess that mentioned it is similar. I think it's this one.
I just won't scrape them.
Yeah. And Jess did mention that this guy and this guy, whoops, could almost be related. Just, for future reference and all that. Cool. Which one for Chappie? I really wish StreamYard would do quicker chat, even if it has got to do a little bit of delay. The one with the skull hair curlers.
Is that like this one? That's my special one.
This one? I think that's what he means, but yeah, that's. I don't know if we just did that recently or if it'll have to be erased off, or is it a part of it?
It's a part of it now. It happened like
character.
on the day that it got drawn.
Nice. Yeah, that one with the skull hair curlers is yeah, that's part of the, I don't know, what do you call it? The special collection. That's in the ones of Sarah's favourites that are generally priced way up there, pretty high. But we'll see. We'll see how we go. What happens with it in the future? I think, if anything, it might it may even be listed on the Big Cartel page.
I don't know that it is.
If not, it's that's a good idea, Jeremy. Jeremy just says make a print of that one. We could probably do something like that to save a few bucks. But anyway, let's not dally into Alien World Aquatics and the Lucky Seahorses stream too much. If you guys are still listening, I do apologise for bleeding past your midnight hour. And I suppose I need to thank... I'll try and do this in order, I guess. Bob, Kayla, thank you again. Jess Shrimp Granny, thank you. Monica Lynn, thank you. Chattanooga Ed, thank you. The Zens, we can't forget you guys on both fronts. Both fronts, the auction side of things and also the side of things. We'll sort something out regarding the postage because your big cartel one is already framed. So we may with your auction one and send them direct. Failing that, we can work out something in the Jess Shrimp Granny postage system. But, email to the hippiesgosick@hotmail for postal addresses and all of that kind of stuff.
I've got the postal address for the Zens from the...
I don't. Well, Zens, I suppose, just shoot us a message in the email because we do have your postal address from the big cartel sale. Thank you very much for that. Primarily, if you would prefer to just have your guys sent direct, or if you want them both shipped to Jess and then have Jess on ship, forward them on to you, that would be choice. Chattanooga Ed, I'm not sure if I included you in the thanks for the purchases today. Outstanding work, people. Thanks for talking me into doing the auction today. Well, some of the auction. Let's do it again sometime. I have had a brief chat Corvus Oskin this morning and also Haley Oddball Aquatics. They've kindly agreed to do a wee bit of promo on talking about the fact that we will be doing the auction next week, the auction part 2, shall we call it. So fingers crossed that gets a few more bums on seats, as it were, more people through. But in saying that, we super appreciate you guys that have chucked cash, and it's awesome to be able to give you something back, send you over some art, and make all of this work for everybody. It is the rainbow fish in Sarah's way. So yes, so without further ado, I can't go through everyone who's chatting because there's still 40 odd people here. Thank you very much everyone for popping in, and if I don't see you beforehand, we'll see you next week. Same black time, same black channel. Oh, that's a shirt. Thanks again, everyone. See you soon. Love yous. Bye.